So once again, good morning, everyone. I am Reverend Jeffrey Kaloha Ryan, coming to you live from my living room, live on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you haven't already done so, I invite you to go ahead and start a watch party. That way you can invite your friends to join you. It's a super easy way to invite your friends to join us this morning here as we celebrate this morning, as we celebrate the theme of Unwritten this morning. So what I'd like to do, as we always do, let's start off with our focus statement. So give us all the V's. You see it right there across the bottom. Give us all the V's: vim, vigor, velocity, voluptuousness, vivaciousness, vitality. Here we go. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Just breathing that in this morning. It feels so good. I love that we affirm that every single Sunday here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. It really invigorates me when we share that together, when we remind ourselves of why we're here and what our purpose is, what our focus is, what our mission is. Because when we remember that, we can use that as our guide, right? That is what we do. We embolden people to live their highest potential. And we do that through the transformative power of love. So here at Centers for Spiritual Living, all this year, we have been working with the theme of 2020 Spiritual Vision. And this month of April, we've been working with the theme of Bright Beginnings. At the beginning of the month, we looked at Passover and what it means to shelter in faith and to wait safely, sheltering in grace, sheltering in faith, trusting and knowing that that which is happening right now is unfolding for our highest good, unfolding for the evolution of consciousness on the planet, though we might not yet see to the other side of the Red Sea. At the moment, we are trusting and knowing, and we are sheltering in faith. And then last week, we looked at the Easter story, and especially being in the tomb time, and being broken open, and how we have the opportunity, how society or how this global pandemic is breaking us open. And when we see that things break from the outside in, then things have to die, things have to come to pass, things pass away. And then conversely, if we break open from the inside, if we break open and roll back the stone from our own entombment, if you will, that there is a change happen, that new life forms and new life comes forward. So this week, we are talking about the theme of Unwritten. And so we're approaching this topic today really from our own faith perspective this week. We've talked about bright beginnings from the Judaic perspective. We've talked about bright beginnings from the Christian perspective. Next week, we'll be talking about bright beginnings from the Muslim perspective. However, this week, we are talking about bright beginnings from our own faith tradition, which we teach here at Centers for Spiritual Living. So what happens is we are born in infinite potential. There are limitless possibilities. This is how we are born, that we are all, that truly there is only this one life, and it is infinite, it is eternal, it is full of possibility, full of potentiality. And each one of us is an individualized expression of this one life. Each one of us is that and has at our disposal that infinite potential, those limitless possibilities. And yet we also are shaped by our stories, because we live in this human time, we live in these human bodies, and so we're shaped by our stories. And our stories help to shape our experiences, they help to shape our beliefs, they help to shape our behaviors even, right? But what we know is that we are not limited by our stories. What we know here at Centers for Spiritual Living is that not only are we the protagonist of our story, but we are the co-creator of our story. That we are not limited by our stories, that we have the power to change our story if we want to change our story, because we are the co-creators of our story. So if we are co-creators of our story, then we can move beyond that which has already been. And the moment that we realize that we are co-creators of our story, then in that moment of realization, there is empowerment, there is freedom, because what that means is if I can co-create my own story, if I can co-create my life, then I'm at choice. I'm at choice as to what things look like. I'm at choice as to how I feel things. I'm at choice. And when I realize that I'm at choice, even if it's simply changing my perspective, when I realize that I'm at choice, then I am empowered, right? I'm empowered to do something different. I'm not stuck in this limitation. I'm not stuck in these confinements. I'm not stuck in restriction because I have choice. And the minute I realize I have choice, then I have freedom, and I have freedom to choose something differently. And by choosing something differently and focusing my attention on that which I wish to experience or the perspective I wish to see from, by changing that, then life begins to change itself. Life around me begins to change. My own personal life begins to change because I have realized that I'm no longer living at the effect of whatever is going on out there. I'm no longer living at the effect. I have a sense of some control, right? I have a sense of power. And that's something that's so important that we share at Centers for Spiritual Living, is that when there is this awakening in consciousness, when there is this awakening that we are the co-creators of our lives, then all of a sudden we have responsibility, but we also have empowerment, right? When we take responsibility for our lives, when we decide, when we realize that we can choose, then we have power to do something differently. We have power to think about something differently. And how empowering is that? Then we are really emboldening one another to live our highest potential. We're no longer at the effect of whatever has been happening in the past. What a great message that is. What a wonderful way of living that is, right? And then we're living our lives. We are co-creating our lives. We're co-creating with spirit, and we're co-creating with one another. And then all of a sudden something happens and it's like, whoop, plot twist, right? Plot twist. So when we think about a story, right, what happens when there's a plot twist, right? The characters, the main characters, the protagonists, they all have to adjust to whatever it is that is happening around them. And yet it is our individual stories, and our individualized stories become our family stories, and our family stories become our community stories. So these stories become our collective stories. So we've kind of been co-creating this with spirit, with ourselves, and with each other, right? And then there's a plot twist, and then we all have the opportunity to rise, right? To rise up. So that we're not living at the effect of whatever it is that's going on. We're not living at the effect of the pandemic. We're not living at the effect of sheltering in grace or sheltering in faith. We are not living at the effect of physical distancing. We have the opportunity here to shift our perspective. And you've already heard me the way I've shifted our perspective by languaging that I'm using. It's physical distancing, not social distancing. We're still super socially connected if we choose to be. It's not sheltering in place, it's sheltering in faith, sheltering in grace. How awesome is that, right? It's a matter of shifting the perspective. And when we shift the perspective, because we can choose to shift our own perspective, we can choose to see things differently. We can choose to see it from a different angle. We can choose then, by shifting our perspective, we have the opportunity of opening up to higher potentiality, greater possibilities, tapping into that infinite potential, tapping into those limitless possibilities, and allowing them to come forth. And not only allowing them to come forth, but inviting them forth. We have the opportunity to write our own story here. We have the opportunity to do that individually and to do that collectively. Because if you think of a story, stories don't go backwards, right? Unless maybe in the case of Benjamin Button, but even that story is still moving forward, right? even though it's going back in time. It's still moving forward. Stories move forward. Life moves forward. We are always advancing. It is never a going backwards. We can't go back. As Elsa sings in Frozen, the past is in the past, let it go. Yes? I can't do it. There we go. Right? The past is in the past. So we have the opportunity to let it go. We have to move forward, because what a plot twist does, what challenges do, is they help develop character. The characters of a book, the characters of a novel, the characters of a story or a movie would be flat if all they did was eat breakfast and then, have their morning constitutional and eat lunch, right? And then go to bed and go to sleep. There's no challenge. There's nothing to rub up against. If there's nothing to rub up against, there's no challenge. Then the character development, the development of the plot, the development of the story, the development of evolution cannot happen. So we don't live in something static. We don't just stay put. We have the opportunity to step forward. We have the opportunity to see from a different perspective. We have the opportunity to sit back and go, what might it look like? What really might it look like if we created a world that works for everyone in all of creation? What would that look like? We have this plot twist where, we're all at home now. And the earth is responding to humanity being at home, not doing what humanity's been doing up to this point. There's a big shift that's happening. So we can take this moment as the protagonists of our own story and as the co-authors, the co-creators of our own story to say, what do I want this to look like today? What do I want this to look like tomorrow? What do I want to experience? What do I want my family to experience? What do I want my community to experience? What do I want the world to experience? And we can take a nice deep breath and a deep pause and be present with what is. And in that silence, as I was talking about last week, in that silence, new ideas arise. New things become possible. That which was not possible before becomes possible. Right? So we have this beautiful opportunity here to move forward. How are we going to move forward? We have this opportunity here to choose. We have this opportunity here to live life more fully. We're always at choice. We have the freedom to choose our experiences. We have the freedom to choose our perspectives. So in this time, what is it that we are choosing? What is it that you're choosing? What am I choosing? What are we choosing together? Are we going to choose something that's life-affirming? Are we going to choose something that's life-giving? Are we going to choose something that brings peace, that brings love, that brings unity, that brings wholeness, a greater experience of that onto the planet and into this time and space? Or are we going to choose to live in fear? Are we going to choose to try and go backwards? Are we going to choose to try to turn away and ignore, or turn away and pretend it's not happening, or turn completely away so that we're looking backward? Your feet point forward for a reason. I've shared that before. Your feet point forward for a reason. Backwards is not the answer. The only way out, of course, is through. So we have to walk through. We have to advance forward. And we are always at choice. It's our freedom. We can choose freedom, or we can choose bondage. We can choose limitation. We can choose to work together. We can choose to come together. We can choose to come together in love, or we can choose to remain divisive. We can choose to be judgmental. We can choose to distance ourselves from others. We can choose to blame and shame and accuse others. But really, we're just doing that to ourselves, right? Because there is only one life. This life is individualized as all of these beautiful expressions, but there's really only just this one life. So that which we do to others, we are doing to ourselves. So we have the opportunity here to choose anew. We have the opportunity to choose beauty, to choose harmony, to choose peace, to choose love, to choose creativity, to choose innovation. So I want you to breathe in for just a moment. The future is unwritten. It's not bound by precedent. And in this moment, we can choose what our future looks like. And if we don't like that, we can choose again. And if we don't like that, we can choose again. We can keep refining our choices, but we're always at choice. And we're free to do that. We are free to do that. And we are free to liberate ourselves from the bondage of and from the tyranny of small thinking, of thinking separately, of thinking and believing in separation. We can choose to do that. The other day in class, in Practitioner 1 class, there was this beautiful exercise that we did toward the end of the class, and I want to just do a little bit of that with you right now. So I want you to answer this question and use the comment section to really answer this question. What is it? Fill in the blank here. Today, I am free to fill in the blank. Breathe it in. Sit with it for a second, a moment. Recognizing that each moment is a moment of choice. So you could even choose to respond or not. But today, I am free to. And go ahead and type it into the comments. What are you free to today? Today, I am free to. And I'll just wait for you for a minute. Susan says, start anew. Yes, you are. What are you free to today? Today, I am free to. Go ahead, don't be shy. Today, I am free to enjoy life. Yes, you are, Marty. Today, I'm free to enjoy the day without stress. Yes, Maria, yes. John, you're free to write. Yes, you are free to write. Darlena, you're free to use your gifts that have been given to you however you choose. Yes, 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 you are. Beautiful, right? We're free to do these things. We're free to, right? Vicky, today I'm fully free to just be. I'm fully free to be. Yes, feel the power of that statement, Vicky. Today I am free to be. Ken, open up to what Spirit wishes to reveal through me. Yes, you are. Yes, you are free to open up to what Spirit wishes to reveal through you. So now I'm going to shift the question a little bit. Oh, today I'm free to have complete peace of mind. Yes, I'm free to be. I'm free to accept others where they are. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. So now I invite you to shift the question, or focus, or shift the answer here to, or the statement. Complete this statement. Today I choose to. It's one thing to be free to. It's another thing to choose to. So what is it you are choosing today? Today I choose to. Today I choose to. Or today I choose. What are you choosing today? What choice are you making today? I'll give you a moment. What choice are you making today? Today I choose to. It's a slightly different question. What say y'all? I can wait all day. Today I choose to create a new pattern. Yes, Susan, absolutely. Darlena, choosing to unlimit her power. Yes, Darlena. Ken, answer the full expressions of love. Yes. Vicky, today I choose divine forgiveness. Yo, yes, beautiful, Vicky. Yes, to choose and breathe love. Choose to see the all in others. Beautiful, choosing to see their absolute wholeness. John is choosing to be calm. Feel the power in that. Feel the power in your words. Today I choose, and feel the power in your word, right? Because it is the word that creates. It's the word that is the creative process, and it's the feeling behind the word. So if you feel that power behind the word, then the word is spoken. You plant that word into the law, into the divine mind of the one, and it must bear fruit. It must be true. It must come forth. Right? So today I choose to be calm, and say that and know that with complete conviction and complete faith. And calm is the experience of your day. Right, John? Calm is the experience of your day. If today, Vicky, you're choosing divine forgiveness and you know that that is the truth and you just feel into that and you're choosing forgiveness in this moment, planting that seed, planting that idea of forgiveness into the divine mind, into that creative medium that only knows how to say yes, then forgiveness, lightness, then has to be the beauty or the perfection of your day. Beautiful thoughts that you have not had contact with yet. Yes, today, calming your thoughts. Yes, 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 yes. And the universe, the law, God responds to all of it with a beautiful and full yes to all of it. This is speaking your word into law. Because each one of us is the divine emanation and impartation of the one life. Each one of us is that creative spirit. Each one of us is the microcosm of the macrocosm. The creative process works in, through, and as each one of us as it does in the entirety of the universe and beyond. Because that is the truth of who we are. We are the co-creators. We are the co-authors of our life. And so today we are opening a new page. We are turning to a blank page and we are writing the new word of the day on that blank page. Today I choose to extend love and practice forgiveness. Wonderful, Denise. Beautiful. Right? Today is the opportunity. You are starting anew today. And this sets a whole new pattern in motion. This sets whole new ideas in motion. Sally's choosing to open and receive every blessing of this day. Absolutely perfect. Wonderful. Feel how life-affirming this is. Feel how this is moving us closer to creating a world that works for everyone in all of creation. Do you feel that? Do you feel it? I certainly do here. How good it is to be in spiritual community, each one of us doing our own work, how we are called to do by the choices we are called to make today, and that we are being called individually to make these choices, but as a collective, we are moving and we are advancing consciousness forward. We are moving and advancing our community forward to really, truly embodying and embracing a world that works for everyone in all of creation. To truly embodying and embracing the idea of emboldening people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. This is the transformative power of love. You doing this work right here, right now, in this way, is part of that transformative power of love. Transformative power of love. And it's a mighty thing. Oh, and how good it is to know that. How good it is to be steeped in that. How good it is to feel that love, feel that power, feel that presence. And know that we are moving forward in faith, moving forward in grace. Earl's choosing to celebrate this day. Marty's choosing to live in the now. Absolutely. Feel the power there, folks. How amazing that is. So Natasha Bedingfield has this really wonderful song called Unwritten. And part of the lines go this way, and I think it's just so perfect for exactly what it is that we teach here at Centers for Spiritual Living. Part of it, it's really what we practice here, the way we practice our affirmative prayer, right? In it, she goes, drench yourself in words unspoken. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Embody the word unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today's where your book begins. Today, now, in the here and now. The only now there ever is, the only moment there ever is. Now, today is where your book begins. It's a bright new beginning. This day, this moment, the here and now, the eternal now, the only moment there is. Now. And then the rest is still to be written. The rest is still unwritten. And how do we write it? She shares that too. Speak the words on your lips. Speak the words on your lips. So how good it is to be in spiritual community together. How good it is to be doing this work together, to affirm together what it is that we are free to do, to affirm together what it is that we are choosing to do, and then speaking our words, speaking the words on our lips, drenching ourselves in the words unspoken, living with our arms wide open, and speaking the words on our lips. And this is how we continue to move forward, creating a world that works for everyone and all of creation. That means you, that means me, that means all of us. Blessings. I love you. Let's come together in consciousness, shall we? Let's speak our word here and now. So right here and now, I recognize that there's just this one life, this one power, presence, infinite, eternal beingness, this one infinite potential, this limitless possibilities. It is the one I choose in this moment to call God, that I choose to call love, that I choose to call the presence, the divine. And it lives, moves, breathes, and has its being in, through, and as me, and I in it. I am inseparable from this one. This one speaks this word upon the waters and brought forth all of creation. And so I know that I am one with that one. It is the very who of who I am. And recognizing that there is just this one mind, I recognize that the mind that I use, my mind, is part of the divine mind. It is the divine mind made manifest as me. I am the microcosm of it. And so the creative process of the entire universe is present right where I am. I have the ability and the power to do that, to create, to co-create with spirit, to co-create with my brothers and sisters and siblings on this planet, to create a world that works for everyone in all of creation. Each one of us is that divine spark, that divine manifestation, that divine light that shines forth so brightly. And so I speak my word here and now, recognizing that today I choose freedom. Today I choose love. Today I am free. I am free. Today I am free from all limitation. Today, I am free from limited thinking. Today, I am free from small-mindedness. Today, I am free from the false belief of separation. Today, I am free. Today, I am free. And as I know that this is true of me, I know that there's only one, so I know that it is true of this beloved community, each member of our beloved community, each person within the sound of my voice, each person watching now and later, all of life, all of creation. This is the truth, that we are free. We are free to choose. And today we choose love. We choose peace. We choose truth. We choose unity. And I give thanks for this teaching. I give thanks for the words spoken here. I give thanks for all the words spoken here today on our comment section from our beloved community. I give thanks for our beloved community's willingness to step in and do the work that each one has been called to do individually, and so that we can continue to do this work collectively. I am so grateful for Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, for these beloveds who come together regularly, for these beloveds who are coming to us, who are just finding us, who are just discovering who we are and what we are about. It's truly what we're about is we're about love. And we know that love lives here. And I am grateful for this knowing. I release this word into the law, knowing that it is complete, knowing that it is done, knowing that it returns to me and us manifest, as it already has. I let it be, and together we affirm, and so it is.